Hey guys, Angry Monkey here, with a different kind of video. Um, you can kind of tell what the video is just by the title of the thing and the thumbnail and all that. But this is probably going to be the saddest video I'm ever going to make on this channel, outside of the official Angry Monkey channel is ending, which that's not anytime soon. Hopefully not. But this is something that I just needed to get off my chest, I guess. So for those who have been a part of the channel since the beginning, in fact, even in the very first thing that was recorded on the channel but not uploaded until 2018, me and Citrus Fruit, we played through Donkey Kong on NES, and he woke the dog up, and I'm like, oh, nice going, you woke the dog up. It's like midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever. That was before we moved into the monkey cave, but that was the first of many instances where I reference the little dog. She's even appeared in a couple unboxing videos, like this clip here. I hear little dog coming down the stairs. So let's zoom out and see if we can get dog in view. Oh, she's coming over here. Hello, little dog. That was her sneezing. There she is. You can kind of see her. I guess she heard me talking. She's like, oh, who are you talking to? Anyway, that's Bella. The most adorable little dog ever. I'm going to say this the best way I can. I'm probably going to tear up a few times in the making of this video. But she's gone. It's the best way to put it, just bluntly. So I guess I'll explain how we got her, just kind of a little memory, and then kind of leading up to what happened. This is just kind of an abridged thing. I mean, I can go on for hours talking about that little dog. So yeah, we got her. She was born August 11th, 2008. We got her mid-October of 2008. So she was roughly 2 months old when we got her. My dad's brother, his purebred Yorkie, mated with a stray Shih Tzu that also had a little bit of poodle, I guess. And they had a litter of 3 puppies, and my dad's allergic to dogs, so we weren't sure if we were able to ever get a dog, but we figured this would be a good way to test it. So we basically had Bella on loan for a week to see on how well he does, and well, he did pretty well. So we went to PetSmart the next day. We got a bed, we got a couple toys, and got a bowl, just something to hold us over for that week until we decide, are we going to keep her or not. And sure enough, we kept her. So in 2008, I had just turned 16. I was a sophomore in high school, and so Bella was there for my last 2.5 years of high school. She was with us when my mom had her both cancer battles, and her passing as well. She was with us when my grandma passed. She was with us for so much stuff. She traveled a lot of the country with us, as far northeast as the bottom part of Maine. She's gone up to Michigan. She's gone all the way down to almost to Georgia. She's gone as far west as Missouri, going into Arkansas. So she's been like all over the country with us. One of the things I thought of in the last week was, if Bella's still here in October, I would be 32 years old. She would be 16 years old. I would have had her for half my life. So we've had her for a while, and I know that sometimes, probably in the recordings, where I'm like, I gotta get that dog to shut up, and I might yell "shut up" upstairs or whatever. I don't know on what, out of the last 10 years that I've been recording content for this channel, I don't know on what all I've recorded as far as Bella content. I know she's come down. I know she's visited. Like I said, I know she's appeared in some unboxing videos. But if you watch any of that old stuff and I sound annoyed, yes, I was definitely annoyed because that little dog was a yapper. She yapped, yap, 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 and it was so annoying. But I mean, that's just the thing of having a dog at all, I guess, is dogs are gonna bark. But and there's always the jokes of I come upstairs from the monkey cave and she's barking at me, and I'm like, all right, sorry, didn't mean to get in your property, dog. But as she got older, I started to realize that she might not be with us forever. Obviously, you just kind of forget that. You take that for granted when she's been around so long that you just kind of assume that she's unstoppable. She's unbreakable. But well, I mean, I remember in her final year, like, her hearing started to go. She started to get cataracts in her eyes, and so her vision was starting to go. But she was still very much her, and energetic until the end. But the beginning of May is when things started to go south. She tumbled down the stairs to the monkey cave, which she had done that a few times, but she would just shake it off, run back upstairs, and she was good. But this time when I went to check on her, she wasn't putting any weight on that hind leg, and so I thought, okay, this might be serious. So I took her to the vet the next day. It was dislocated. There was a small fracture. The vet wasn't confident at that moment that there was anything they can do. But I said, well, if you can save her, then let's go that route. So they called us a half hour later, said, yeah, we can splint it and just bring her back next week, and we'll change the splint, but yeah, that's a realistic option. Okay, so we did that, and she was good for that first week. She was still herself. She was still energetic when she got used to the splint on her leg, but she was still herself. And then the next week after that was they went to change the splint, and when we got her home, she howled and barked in pain for hours. So she refused to take her pain meds, but we eventually got her to take that. We gave her half of a Benadryl, permission from the vet to calm her down, and nothing worked. We took her to a 24-hour vet, and we were there for 4 hours. By the way, we didn't get there till midnight. We were there for 4.5 hours. The first 4 hours was just waiting to talk to the vet, and then we talked to the vet, and then waiting to discharge her. And the vet says that she wasn't really seeming to be in pain, and that her howling seems to be more confusion, leaning towards either a stroke or doggy dementia being a thing. But we gave her some medication, and she was calm. We brought her home. I still went to work the next day on less than 3 hours of sleep. But I noticed that her personality, her mind was gone. She was just a zombie, just walking mindlessly through the house. Just there was no spark of life. At first I was hoping that it was just the sedation, but Wednesday went, Thursday came, Thursday went, Friday came, and there was no change in her behavior. She was walking in circles. She was like she was drunk. She was just tripping over herself. She got behind the TV We even blocked that, and she managed to somehow get behind the TV, get caught in the TV cables. She got stuck behind the washing machine, climbed over the vacuums, got stuck behind the washing machine. But the most concerning part was not once but twice slipped through the baby gate that we installed to keep her from falling down the stairs. She fell down the stairs twice. We took her to the vet, and well, I mean, there was no change from the previous week. Her pupils were different sizes, which that was unfortunately a thing. Possible concussion or something, I don't know. But all I know is that there's not anything they can do. They were saying that it was most likely a brain tumor, and that's the reason why her behavior got worse. But they said monitor her over the weekend, and on Monday the 20th, they would take another look at her, change the splint, and we'll decide what our next course of action would be. So Monday comes, we bring her there. A few hours later, they call me, and they explain that her splint had shifted a little bit, and the sharp edge of the splint dug into her flesh and cut her so bad she got infected. And they said, yeah, you can bring her in every day and get that wound cleaned, give her some oral medication, but we can't put that splint back on. And she's still a month away from recovering from the broken and dislocated leg. So there was no way to make her comfortable. We couldn't put the splint on, but she couldn't walk on it. So we would have to basically keep her constrained for like 2 weeks at least while that wound heals before we could put the splint back on to finish her recovery. So between that, the fact that she was 15 and a half years old, almost 16, the fact that her mind was gone, her hearing was gone, her vision was impaired, she was suffering. And the only thing you can do at that point is to say her goodbyes. So we came in Monday, or this is still Monday. We came in at 4 p.m., left a little bit early from work. My dad held her in his arms, and we petted her one last time, and then we decided it was ready. So the vet came in and gave her the injection. I stepped out of the room. There was no way I could be there for that. But it only took like 20 seconds. She comes out of the room, says, she's gone. Okay. So I stepped back in. She was basically asleep in my dad's arms, but her heart had stopped at that point. So obviously the vet picks her up, and that's when her body like goes fully limp, and then she starts peeing. But that was kind of the end. We still went to get groceries after that, and that was emotional. I cried a lot Monday night, half the day Tuesday, even a little bit on Wednesday. I'm recording this Wednesday night, so who knows? I'm probably crying the day that I'm uploading this to. Most likely I am. I didn't realize how much of an impact that this little dog would have on me, especially with how annoyed I seem to have gotten over the years. And it wasn't necessarily towards her. It's just life is stressful. And when you have a stressful situation and you have a little dog that won't get out of your way, you're like, move out of my way. And she's like always in my way. When she started to get a little bit older, my dad was out of town, and she would start howling because she misses her human. The first time she did that, I'm like, what is going on here? You're driving me insane. But I don't know. I realized she just misses her human, and I'm not her human. I'm not. I'm like, I'm not. But I at least made sure that I did everything I could in her final couple weeks. I sat on the floor with her while she tried to eat her pain meds. That was I made sure that she was as comfortable as can be. I was as patient as I can be. Because I thought she's miserable right now, and I don't want her. She's a dog. Dogs are dumb. They don't think the way that humans do, but I don't want, if this is the end, I don't want her to die thinking that I hated her, because I didn't. I didn't realize the effect that she would have on me until Monday. I never really understood the bond between a dog and a human, because I've never had a dog before this. Because like I said, my dad was allergic. And like I said, she barked at me all the time. She growled at me all the time. I'm like, okay, well, this dog clearly hates me, so whatever. So I basically, I guess you could say I treated her like the way she treated me, but that's not really right. But I don't know. But Monday, that's when I realized on how much she meant to me. Man, I miss that dog. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a video. I didn't mean for it to be like almost 20 minutes in length, but I just needed to get this off my chest. And maybe some of you guys are going through something too. I mean, maybe one of my viewers out there lost an animal recently, a dog, a cat, a horse, some animal that meant something to you. And I don't know, this is just a way to kind of bond over something that more than just video games and anime and all that other fun stuff. Something that's more reality. So if you did, I am deeply sorry you had to go through that, because I've lost pets before, but they were mostly hamsters. And yeah, as sad as it is to lose a hamster, man, my hamster Jimmy lived almost 3 years. And I still think about Jimmy sometimes. I think about Tom and Jerry. Tom was such a nice little hamster. Jerry was so mean. I didn't really miss Jerry all that much, but I missed Tom when he died, and then Jerry ate his head as a 6th grader. That was a little traumatic, but Bella was different. Bella was special. There's only one of her in the world. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I guess I'll stop this video here. Thank you for watching. This is definitely far from a normal video. Check out any other video on the channel for more video game or anime or something fun related. This was just something way too close to my heart that I just had to get off and share. And like I said, if you've been following the channel for the last 11 years, you might have heard Bella appear in a video, or even seen her in an unboxing video or something. Well, I guess you won't anymore. I might still talk about her, of course. But that's it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And if you haven't yet, give those animals a big hug, because I know you will look back and wish you did, just like I did. Thank you for watching. Alright, sorry to drag this video on longer, but it's a new day, it's Thursday, so I just wanted to give some additional thoughts, because for one, I forgot to mention how empty the house feels. Like, I don't know, you kind of look around and you just expect to see her on the couch, or like in her last couple weeks especially, walking through the house, and I'm watching every step, like, okay, where's the poop, where's the pee, none of that, stuff like that. But I don't know, that was just kind of an extra little thought. But I've been watching some like animal grief videos and stuff. And I thought, well, since I haven't uploaded this video yet, I'll just kind of, I don't know, tack on some things that I learned from those videos. So maybe you're watching this not only to, like, I don't know, get the Angry Monkey update, and if you want to hear a sad story about a dog, but I don't know, like I said, if you're dealing with some of this and you're wondering, like, well, what do I do? Maybe some of these tips that I learned might help you too. Some of the stuff I learned is, one, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad. A lot of people just would assume it's an animal, get over it. But, I mean, when you spent many, many years with anybody or anything, really, you're going to get attached to it. Like, people talk about, like, that bond of a human and animal, human dog, human cat, whatever. And they live with you for 10 years, 15 years. Sometimes a cat can live 20 years. That's a long time. So when you lose that, not only are you losing this creature that you spent all that time with, you then realize that you lose that relationship, all those memories that you formed, kind of like what I mentioned earlier with Bella. Like, she was there for like this and this and this and so much stuff. And so now that she's gone, it's like, whoa, she was there for so much and now she's gone. So yeah, you lose that relationship, along with losing the animal itself. So I learned that many different griefs hit you at once, not just loss of the animal. That was one of the other things that's kind of tied into, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad because you lost something significant to your life. So one of the other things I learned was let it out, cry, and just be sad. Don't swallow those emotions. Don't be like, I'm not sad, I'm not angry, whatever, it's an animal. Like, no, it's okay to be sad. I know that sounds cliche, I know that sounds weird, but no, cry, or just sit in that for a little bit. I mean, obviously don't let it, like, destroy you, but it's okay to sit in those emotions and just let yourself grieve. And it might take multiple days. I'm on day 4, I guess. Day 3.5, day 4. Yeah. And I think I'm finally at a point where, like, I watched some of these grief videos even before recording this little section, and I haven't cried this time. So maybe I am slowly getting out of it. Don't get me wrong. Like, depression has hit me hard. Like, nothing matters still. I learned that this grief can open up other griefs as well. Like, one of the things I desire more than anything else right now is to go back to 2018. Because in 2018, my mom was still here, Bella was still here. Like, I had a family. I mean, my dad is still here, but I mean, he's it. But I just think, like, man, if I can go back to 2018, when my mom was still here, when Bella was still here, and obviously my dad, of course, and, like, I had a normal family structure. So the fact that now so much has been ripped away from me, it's almost like Bella's death has opened up my mom's death as well. And then I'm thinking, like, well, gee, I miss my grandma too. I miss my grandpa. I miss my aunt. I miss all these other people. So it's opened up other wounds as well. But basically what I'm getting at is that's normal. That's expected. And that's okay. I mean, that's all part of grieving, and that's okay. I learned, I don't do this. I'm not really a journaler kind of guy, but they do say, like, write a journal, write it down. And I guess even though I'm not a journal guy, I made this video. I made this stupid long post on Facebook about like the whole thing. Basically, just write down what happened and like any thoughts, like get those thoughts out there, which I guess that's what this video was. And I felt so much better after making part one of this video because I got all those emotions out there. It was raw, just, and you know what? I think that's why I feel better today, is because I recorded the part one yesterday, even though it's all in the same video. But write it down and and keep writing it down, I guess, and just see on how far you've come, because you'd be like, wow, day one I was this, but now I'm here, and I still miss her, of course, but I feel better, and there's almost a sense of normalcy, even though it's not the same. So that was another thing that I learned, and well, honestly, I don't know what else I learned. I mean, those are just a few things that I learned, but I just wanted to share those little things with you. If I think of a fourth thing, then I guess I'll tack that on at the end of this as well. But I just wanted to give a few tips, some things that I learned. Maybe one of those tips can help you guys too, if you are grieving as well, whatever it is that you're dealing with. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I do miss that dog a lot, but I'm coming out of it slowly but surely. And hopefully something I said resonated with you, or maybe I don't know, but I just wanted to record an extra little thing here. So I guess I'll stop it here. Thank you for watching. Rest in peace to Bella and anybody else, any other animal out there that you want to insert their name. They're gone, but they won't be forgotten. You still love them, and you always will love them.